I am pleased to report to this Honourable House and to the people of Jamaica that the Jamaican economy is projected to have expanded by 3.4% in the fourth quarter of 2022. By virtue of this performance, I am pleased to update the House, and indeed all Jamaicans here and in the diaspora, that the Jamaican economy has recovered from the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes, that's the Minister of Finance, Dr. Nigel Clarke, in his recent budget presentation, outlining Jamaica's strong economic recovery. Welcome to this Wednesday edition of Jamaica Magazine. Thank you so much for joining us. Coming up in the show today, we look at one of the driving industries in Jamaica's economic growth and ways for consumers to protect themselves in the shopping space, plus so much more. You don't want to miss this exciting lineup. We'll be right back.
Tune in to the 2023-2024 National Budget Presentation by Prime Minister the Most Honourable Andrew Holness on Thursday, March 16, 2023 at 2 p.m. Hear all the development projects and related activities earmarked for the new fiscal year, live on the JIS website at jis.gov.jm.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, March 15, 2023. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has launched an intervention to bring mental health support services to communities. The pilot phase of Problem Management Plus, PM Plus, was launched by Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton on Tuesday. Problem Management Plus is being implemented in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization and forms part of the island's National Mental Health Response Program.
So it's designed to bring mental health support services to communities, meeting people where they are, while providing them with the space and tools to overcome the adversity that can impact their mental health.
The intervention will train leaders attached to faith and community-based organizations as PM Plus supervisors. They will then train PM Plus providers and give guidance and support while they assist people within their community or parish.
So we know you're already out there doing this service, but what we're doing is providing you with the additional skills to enhance your ability to do so. The PM Plus provider is a volunteer trained to utilize the strategies of the intervention in a series of 5 to 7 sessions with each individual client.
Already 34 PM Plus supervisors and 85 PM Plus providers have been trained. The providers are currently located in 12 parishes, with Trelawney and St. Thomas to come on stream shortly. Minister Tufton says the launch of the program comes against the background of an increase in suicides and a notable uptick in the demand for the ministry's mental health and suicide prevention helpline 888 New Life or 888-639-5433. In 2021, there were reported 34 suicide cases in Jamaica compared to 64 in 2022. For January alone this year, there were 14 suspected cases recorded. The helpline, meanwhile, received 2,190 calls in 2022, 542 more than the 1,648 recorded the year before. Come April 1, visits to infirmaries across the island will resume. Local Government and Rural Development Minister Desmond McKenzie says his ministry will be working closely with all infirmaries to ensure that COVID-19 protocols are maintained during visits. He says the decision to resume the visits of family and friends is to ensure good mental health of the residents.
We are doing so because we believe that there is a mental health crisis if we continue to allow the residents to stay by themselves. Normally they would go out on a bus ride, they would have friends coming in, talking with them. But because of COVID, we had to put in those restrictions.
Minister McKenzie made the announcement at the official opening of the male ward at the Portland Infirmary recently. $45 million was spent upgrading the infirmary, which was done within budget and completed on time. The facility will provide bed space for 40 residents. Meanwhile, the local government minister is urging the authorities in Portland to move with alacrity to address the homeless situation in the parish. Pointing out that surveys show an increase in the homeless population, Minister Desmond McKenzie says Portland, in particular, is seeing a high number of homeless people there. The local government minister is calling on officials in the parish to move quickly to address the situation.
Mayor, councillors, MP, there is money in the Ministry of Local Government to build a drop-in facility for the homeless population in Portland, but we're waiting on you to identify the land for us to start the construction.
Mr. McKenzie says the abuse being faced by homeless people across the country is cause for concern, promising that the government will continue to do what is necessary to provide for the homeless. He has called on the private sector to help.
I want to appeal to the private sector in Portland, especially in Port Antonio, where the majority of the homeless population live, to come on board with the municipal corporation to help to support the work for the homeless population.
As of April 1, individuals interested in serving on public boards must apply online. The online application process also applies to existing board members. Minister of Finance and the Public Service Dr. Nigel Clarke says once applications are made, checks will be done, after which the applicant will be part of the electronic database. Once a board vacancy happens, the database will be used by the Secretariat to generate a directory of persons with matching competencies for the respective board. This directory will be used by the appointing authority to select and shortlist candidates to serve on that board. Dr. Clarke adds that a fit and proper check will again be conducted before a final selection is made. He says professional bodies, business associations, unions, political parties, and others should encourage members to apply. And finally, this year will see the opening of 2 new fish sanctuaries, one in Lilliput District, St. James, and the other in Lucy, Hanover. All the preliminary work for the sanctuaries were completed in 2022. Chief Executive Officer of the National Fisheries Authority, NFA, Gavin Bellamy, gave the update on Tuesday during a JIS think tank.
Also, for the NFA, something that we must say, the new division that we have, the Fisheries Compliance License and Statistics Division, we have carried out many enforcement activities, and so far we are in excess of collecting over $600,000 worth of fines, and there are many cases still pending in the courts for judgments.
The NFA has also undertaken interventions to educate fishermen and help them secure licensing to comply with the law.
Licensing is a very important aspect of the NFA. We will be launching through a project, we'll be launching an online licensing database, licensing system rather, and the name has been recently publicized, IRIFINS.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Virgin, the road signs make the traffic environment safe. The green light means go. Red means stop. Amber also means stop. Yeah man, it don't mean you must speed up. And get this, even if the light's on green, when the traffic is thick, don't bother move off and block the intersection. And please, don't stop on a pedestrian crossing. Look out for children, the disabled and the elderly. Follow the signs so they all can arrive alive. Be a good road user. Obey the road signs and look out for each other.
Jamaica recorded 29% more in tourism earnings in 2022, a record-breaking year that surpassed its previous best in 2019. As the industry continues its strong recovery from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, there is greater need for partnerships and unlocking the secrets of tourism resilience. We now take you to highlights from one historic event that sparked new momentum to the rebounding of the global tourism industry.
I appreciate that we're working on our resilience as a small island state, and that is very important given that tourism is one of our main income earners.
It has been awesome, lots of information sharing, and we are glad that we came all the way to Jamaica.
I'm really excited to actually go out and use the information that I've learned.
It's been a real pleasure to come here and see how the two regions, in particular the Caribbean and Africa, have really come together to try to foster a spirit of collaboration.
Tourism resilience is the strategic management of shocks and effectively responding to them. It's the focus of the first ever Global Tourism Resilience Conference.
Jamaica is leading discussions on tourism resilience. Recently, government officials from the continent of Africa, the Caribbean region, and international tourism stakeholders converged on the island to discuss the way forward.
They are here to forge a relationship not just with Jamaica but the entire Caribbean.
The historic Global Tourism Resilience Conference was held at the University of the West Indies regional headquarters in Kingston from February 15 to 17. It is a welcomed shift to future-proofing the tourism economy. The conference was organized by Jamaica's Ministry of Tourism and its Global Tourism Resilience Center, GTRC. Globally, the tourism industry continues to recover from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, which halted travel and resulted in labor market disruptions. It is within this atmosphere of disruptions that the tourism resilience movement gathered momentum.
The pandemic has underscored the importance of a proactive, cross-cutting approach to building resilience across the entire tourism value chain. This entails integrating the latest research findings, innovations, and technology to create sustainable tourism practices.
And the thing is, how many countries, how many destinations have a blueprint, have a manual of crisis management that they can actually refer to?
What you've said is why we need to have the Global Resilience Day. A day when people pause all over the world to reflect on these things and to develop resolves.
But we are also considering an incentive, a fiscal incentive package for those businesses who would want to get involved in sustainable development tourism projects.
Jamaica and the Caribbean have a strong history of developing institutions to train the workforce in all aspects of tourism. This is an area where we can offer support to our colleagues through technical training in countries in Africa that are currently rebuilding or expanding their tourism industry.
And that's why we are really indeed glad that we are here. And we know for sure that one of the bridges that can be built between the Caribbean and the mother continent is actually through tourism.
also, we are working with several countries like Somalia, Ethiopia, Spain, and Greece to come up with strategies to support visitor economy in conflict areas.
So we are living in 2025 and 2026 today. All the decisions we're making today, you'll see the result then.
We have always talked about sustainability, but I think, as I said, it cannot be something just talk. Now it has to be in policy, it has to be in everything we do from a private and a public sector point of view.
The final day of the conference also marked the official launch of February 17, being recognized annually as Global Tourism Resilience Day. Yes, an official designation by the United Nations after a proposal by Jamaica. The day recognizes the recovery measures used to adapt and respond to disruptions in the tourism economy.
Throughout the conference, new synergies were formed. A memorandum of understanding was signed between Jamaica and the city of Malaga to share best practices on tourism development. The prestigious World Travel Awards added a new category for Resilience Awards, and the conference ended with the adoption of 3 recommendations to strengthen the sustainability of the industry. The recommendations in the Kingston Declaration are: reigniting global South-to-South relations using tourism with Africa and the Caribbean, establishing a global tourism resilience fund to support tourism-dependent countries in times of crises and disasters, labor market recovery that does not leave tourism workers behind.
Moving forward, I see us doing a lot more analysis, a collection of data, creating management systems, templates of what to do, what not to do.
We are going to collaborate better as countries, also as continents, working together with the Caribbean bloc to develop our skills, to upskill our people, especially our young people.
The level of collaboration that we are experiencing between tourism partners across the world. The entities that have all gathered here are bounded by one single factor, that we are putting away competition and we are focusing on co-petition. We are going to collaborate and work together to bring back the industry strong and better. A global tourism resilience institute that will offer degrees and certification for a number of scholars and young people here in Jamaica, in the Caribbean, and the world virtually. This is going to be exciting. It will be the first ever institute in the world for tourism resilience.
The next Global Tourism Resilience Conference will be held in Malaga, Spain on February 17, 2024.
Madam Speaker, as a Member of Parliament myself, I'm painfully aware of the discontent associated with poor road conditions. The poor state of road devalues homes and communities, increases wear and tear, Madam Speaker. The challenge, Madam Speaker, is that the way we attend to secondary roads, speaking as the Minister of Finance responsible for procurement, is not scalable. Parceling out allocation by constituency to each Member of Parliament, suggesting roads for repair, nominating 3 or 5 contractors, as the case may be, is a process that does not lend itself to be scaling up. I could not allocate much more in good conscience, in real terms, on that basis. Madam Speaker, it's an inefficient way. We couldn't have 105 million contracts and 10 million contracts and 25 million contracts. Madam Speaker, it's reasonable to posit that the taxpayer does not get optimal value for money in procurement of materials, the deployment of equipment, and the application of technical know-how with this fragmented approach. And Madam Speaker, while it may be tolerable at the level of road the level of what road rehabilitation is today, at the level of 4 billion. This approach could not be used if we are to respond to the loud and consistent demand from the public and their representatives for better roads with materially more expenditure. Madam Speaker, to address these issues, the government of Jamaica has decided to take decisive action. I am pleased to inform this honourable House and the Jamaican people that the government of Jamaica will implement a $40 billion island-wide shared prosperity through accelerated improvement to our road network SPARK program. The SPARK program, Madam Speaker, will be executed over a 3-year period with the start of the project development in this fiscal year, because you have to go through PIMSEC, you have to satisfy PIMSEC. And Madam Speaker, having a year for it is, we're going to have to be very efficient, and NWA is going to have to get up to speed and make sure to get the job done, right? But we have to first design the project, plan the project, and for implementation, Madam Speaker, in the fiscal years that follow, under the theme, modernizing our roads for our shared prosperity. In response to that need, Madam Speaker, the Ministry of Finance, through the Student Loan Bureau, in support of this government effort, will partner with the Jamaica University College, the oldest teacher training college in the Western Hemisphere, to provide full tuition scholarships to 1,250 STEM teachers over the next 5 years. That is 250 full tuition STEM teacher scholarships over the next 5 years. Madam Speaker, the University of Technology is the largest source of work-ready science, technology, engineering, and math graduates in Jamaica. Under the leadership of its new Chancellor, Mr. Lloyd Carney, a successful Silicon Valley entrepreneur, this competence will only grow and the STEM output will only increase. UTech is uniquely positioned to anchor itself and build out Jamaica's knowledge process outsourcing and information technology sectors, Madam Speaker, and with IT-enabled business services that drive data analytics through machine learning and artificial intelligence, software development, information security, etc., engineering sciences, cybersecurity, etc. And Madam Speaker, they have labs at UTech that provide ready-to-work experience. Madam Speaker, through the Student Loan Bureau, the Ministry of Finance and Public Service will support Jamaica's goals and UTech's ambitions at the same time, and ensure that those who can least afford are not left behind. We'll do so by providing the UTech with a total of 1,000 STEM scholarships over the next 5 years, Madam Speaker. Those STEM scholarships will be used to support Jamaicans from low-income households. We need to broaden our economic base, Madam Speaker, and if we have sufficient numbers of qualified STEM students here trained in the latest technologies, Madam Speaker, though some may leave, and these will be obviously with some kind of bonding requirement, the presence of that talent here will attract investment, Madam Speaker, higher paying jobs, higher valued jobs, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, happy to remind the House, because this is public information already, that 70 new buses, which are 45 diesel, 20 compressed, and 5 electric, will come in this fiscal year. But I'm also pleased to announce, Madam Speaker, that the government will be procuring an additional 200 electric buses on a phased basis over a 3-year period, commencing in this fiscal year. Madam Speaker, as we speak, an electric bus drive up and park outside of the Parliament as a demonstration, Madam Speaker, of our resolve. See it right there. It's here, Madam Speaker. The electric bus. We're going for 200, Madam Speaker.
The Consumer Affairs Commission is celebrating World Consumer Rights Day 2023 with a focus on financial literacy. Tune in now to a special broadcast from the Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Aubyn here.
Consumer Rights Day is celebrated globally on March 15th each year. The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, through the Consumer Affairs Commission, endorses World Consumer Rights Day 2023 and its focus on financial literacy. This year's theme for Jamaica is Level Up, Manage Your Money. In order for Jamaicans to improve our standard of living, we must embrace financial education in its easiest form. Financial literacy matters. It means enabling consumers to manage their income, savings, and debt to improve their lives and their livelihood. It also makes an important contribution to the soundness and efficiency of the financial system and to the broader performance of the Jamaican economy. As Jamaica's business ministry, we are committed to expanding and supporting exports and the economic growth of Jamaica. A financially literate population of consumers is essential to our economic growth and development. My ministry is therefore pleased to be facilitating the Ignite program, a grant funding window which is available to MSME startups through the Development Bank of Jamaica, startup in partnership with the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, an agency of this ministry. As we foster business innovation and increase consumer financial education, Jamaica will indeed level up its entire economy. My ministry's mission is to substantially improve the collaboration between the government ministries and agencies to produce higher economic growth, increased and sustained job creation, and a much higher level of exports by targeting and securing greater local and foreign investments in Jamaica. It's for these reasons I fully endorse the Consumer Affairs Commission's campaign for a financially literate nation. The aim is for consumers to manage their money wisely and be more discerning when making financial decisions. Together we will achieve this. Happy World Consumer Rights Day, Jamaica.
Don't forget to visit our website at jis.gov.jm to find more content like this. You can also send your feedback on today's show or any of our programs via email to jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do join us again tomorrow for another exciting edition of Jamaica Magazine. Thank you so much for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.